The biggest mistake women make when choosing a man. Hello, everyone. I am the J.R. Stewart, and this is my podcast, live broadcast. And today I'm going to talk about a video link that was sent to me by my beautiful daughter, who's also my graphics manager and advisor for my show. So she sent me this video clip, and which is fine because I want to play it. And this is something that I wanted to do a show on anyway, so this kind of feeds into that. And this covers the biggest mistake women make when choosing a man. And so, ladies, for those of you who follow me, who watched my series, The Chronicles of Eve, you guys know my position. You know that to be transformed from from a woman into an Eve is a process. And I'm going to tell you, every woman has an Eve nature in her. Every woman wants to be an Eve. You have the Eve that wants to come out of you. Even if you're not one right now, you want to be one. You want to be a great mother. You want to be a great partner. You want to be a great wife. You want to do the things that come natural to you, i.e. your husband, and Adam. The problem, which I covered in my last show, the problem with this whole process is that we jump from meeting someone to wanting to be committed to that person far too soon. Far too soon. And we don't do our due diligence to vet this person. And so I'm going to play this video, and then we're going to get more into the discussion on why you should wait, why you need to fully vet any person that's going to come into your life. You don't just give that job away. Companies, for instance, companies don't hire you sight unseen. Well, some do. But they generally, if they do a remote hiring, they'll try to have a video conference with you. They have a resume on you. They have a phone call. They have something that they're using to try to gauge or vet. But all too often in relationships, we give that job away to someone, boyfriend, fiance, husband. We give it away without truly knowing if this person is capable of doing the job. So let's get into our video, and then when we come back from the video, we're going to talk about it.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Kendra.
What's the name?
Excuse me, I was
Give me
eating.
good light. Give me good light.
Oh, girl. Oh, no. So is that better?
That's good. That's good.
Okay, I look a mess.
What's the name?
Hi, my name is Avia.
Avia?
Yes.
Avia, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. What you do for a living?
I'm a claims adjuster for an insurance company.
Claims adjuster. Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have two boys.
2 boys. How old are your boys?
7 and 4 weeks.
7 and 4 weeks. 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
Girl, you didn't have sex yet.
No, I can't.
What the hell you looking? Your vagina ain't even healed.
Closed.
What the hell you looking for a new penis? And your vagina ain't even healed yet.
I'm not looking for a penis. I'm looking for a husband.
Well, the husband. Why ain't you married to the man you had a baby with 4 weeks ago?
That was my plan, but that wasn't his plan. So
Well, when did
here
you
we
realize
are.
it wasn't his plan?
I'm sorry, say that again.
When did you realize it wasn't his plan?
After he broke up with me.
When did he break
Before the baby
up
was
with you?
born. October.
When the baby was born?
Before the baby was
He
born.
broke up with you while you were pregnant?
While I was pregnant, yes.
What the hell was the reason?
Okay. The clip was a little long, but it outlines the point that I'm trying to make here. She's asking a question as to why. Why did he leave? Why did he leave me? And the question is, why did you choose him? See, here's the problem. Is that you didn't know if this man would make a good husband. You say you want a husband. Okay, fine. I understand that. There are a lot of women out there, the Eve nature in you wants a husband. You want an Adam in your life. You don't just want any man. You want an Adam. You want a caveman, a warrior, a man god. You want an Adam in your life, not just a man. The problem is you made a commitment to just a man. I'm not even sure he was a caveman. It sounded like you were taking care of yourself and your son when he entered into your life. Did he pay any bills? Did he demonstrate any ability to take care of you? Any willingness to take care of you and your son, which will become his son when you're married? You said you guys are planning on getting married. Did he demonstrate any ability whatsoever that he was going to be a good husband? As a warrior, did he stand up for you? Did he protect you? Did he protect your son? Did he try to provide any authority over your son? Counsel him, spend time with him, help him set goals, let him know what the expectations are. I expect you to go to school, to do well in school, make good grades, be on the honor roll, the dean's list, the president's list. I expect you, when you get home, to take care of your chores, to make life easy for your mother. Did he do any of that? Did he demonstrate any skills whatsoever that he was going to make a good husband and a good father? And the answer is I'm gonna guess and say no. And then you turned around and you had a child for this man. A child. One of the most important things that Eves do. See, I'm going to take this back to the garden. The most important thing was for Adam and Eve was to have children, to populate the planet. That was part of their function. That was a reason, primary reason for being. And so this is a gift. Having a child for a man is a gift from God. We say, well, children are gifts. Yes, they're gifts. They're gifts from God. And this lady's a beautiful lady. She has a great smile, great disposition, great countenance. You can tell from her personality that she is a wonderful, wonderful woman. But I promise you, over time, she's going to be jaded. The disappointment, the cuts. This man has scarred her, has injured her. She's putting up a good front now, which is good. But she now has to raise 2 children by herself. And she's still looking for Adam. She's looking for an Adam, a husband. Do you see the mistake here? So what I covered in the last episode, when a man wants to come into your life, during the age of heroes, if you read hero stories like I do, adventure stories, heroes always have to prove themselves worthy. They don't just go to a woman, knock on the door, meet her at the bar, say, I just want to get to know you, buy you a drink. No, they have to go defeat the evil wizard, the evil king. They have to go slay a dragon. They have to go on some adventure that prove that they're worthy. And except now in today's age, women just give that title to anyone. Anyone who looks good, has a few money, has a few things going for himself. Oh yeah, that's gonna be my next husband, my baby daddy. If you want an Adam in your life, men have to demonstrate that they're an Adam. They have to prove themselves worthy to be in your company, to be that Adam for you. They have to show that they can do this. So you don't just confer Adam status and commit to an Adam, to some man that you think is an Adam. You want to make the commitment to the man who is an Adam. So first of all, he has to be willing to be an Adam. And it's okay if he's not an Adam today. That's fine. As long as he's willing to learn to be an Adam. And it doesn't mean he has to go to church. He doesn't have to be a Christian. I didn't say anything about accepting Christ as your Lord and Savior, or being a God. Well, I want you to be a godly person, but I want you to believe in the laws of God. Even if you don't believe in God, if you're an atheist or an agnostic, it doesn't matter. As long as you have reverence for the laws and the principle of God. Respect them, deep respect. And if you're willing to learn what those principles are, just get to know you better. Okay, fine. Here's my number, my email. What's the other social platform? There's tons of them. I can't think of. Can't keep up with all of them. But if he wants to get to know you, fine. Y'all can talk. You can spend time with him. But if he wants to get serious with you, he wants to get intimate with you, then you need to pump the brakes. Hey, buddy, wait a minute. Hold on. You've got to, one, be willing to accept that you're going to love me, respect me, value me, all those good things. Rejoice over me in the way that God has outlined. Don't mean you have to go to church. Don't mean you have to be a Christian. Don't even mean you have to believe in God. But it does mean that you have to accept the principles, godly principles, and put them into practical application, which means you have to apply them to your life. That's stage 2. Learn, apply by doing. And once you've demonstrated that you have mastered these things, that you're good with it, that this is the man you're going to be, you've demonstrated that you're going to be a good... I have children. I have a son. Now she has 2 children. So the next man in your life, he needs to demonstrate that he can be a good father. And if he can't be a good father, then what's the point? Don't waste your time with it. He needs to demonstrate that he can be a good husband. You want a husband. You want to be an Eve to an Adam. You said that. That's not me saying that, conjecturing. This is you saying this, that you want a husband. And so I'm going to assume with that, the presupposition is that you want to be a good wife to that husband. You seem like a really great person, a wonderful person. And it's a shame that you've been scarred this way. You've been done this way. But this is choices that you have made. So I'm really reaching out to you, begging all the women out there to make better choices. There's nothing wrong with telling a man, giving him the challenge, if he really wants to be with you, if he really loves you, I can't live without you. Okay, fine. Demonstrate it. Prove it. And the proof is not in spending money on me. The proof is not going to the club, buying drinks, making it, rain or whatever these silly things that young people do with their money. It's none of that. It's demonstrating that you can be a good husband. You can be responsible. You need to put me on a pedestal. You need to cleanse me the way the Bible says a husband should cleanse his wife. The same way Jesus cleansed the church to make the church his perfect bride. You need to show me that you can do that. I have scars. This woman now has scars from previous relationships. You don't want to take scars into a marriage, to your union. Your union needs to be cleaned. She needs to be cleansed. So the man who comes into her life needs to accept the challenge that he has to do whatever it takes to cleanse her, so she doesn't think about what happened in the past. She doesn't think about the past mistakes, the cuts, the disappointments. The fact that this man who she thought she was going to marry walked out on her knowing that she was pregnant, carrying his child. The psychological impact of that has to be cleansed. Someone has to pay the price for that. Christ had to pay a price. He didn't commit all the sins. He had to carry the cross up to the hill, tortured, with a crown made of thorns, beaten, humiliated. His own people turned against him. This is what he had to endure. Then he had to go pay the price after that. So when I hear men say, well, JR, I didn't do any of those things. Why do I have... You have to pay the price because you, if you're going to be in her life, are the sin catcher. You are the ones who the Bible compares to Christ. That you are to love your wife as Christ loved the church. It's a one-to-one comparison. It is so simple. It is so plain. There's no ambiguity here. There's no, well, Jerry, it's all up to interpret. I've read 40 different interpretations of the Bible. Not all 40, but I've read the Bible from beginning to end. But then I've read verses, spot verses, from the other 40. And when it comes to that, there's no ambiguity. All 40 of them say the exact same thing. So I can interpret that to mean, really, the combined wisdom of all those interpretations, the wisdom of God that survived ages, must be true. And then from a personal perspective, I've applied this to my own life. And I can tell you it works. My wife went from being a woman to an Eve. Went from being a woman to my ride or die. And ladies, I know that each one of you want to be the ride or die. You want to be the Eve. You're anxious. It's just in you. It comes naturally. But you need to pump the brakes and make sure that you only become an Eve and commit yourself to a guy who is an Adam. That's my 2-cent piece of advice for the day. And if you need help in this matter, go to my website, thegrstewart.com. My contact information is there. My phone number is there, email address. And so if you need help, you need coaching, I mean, I can give you the information. But sometimes we need to, when we try to apply it to our lives, you need someone who can help coach you to get better. When it comes to when you bring children into the world, especially, or you have a child, the vetting process needs to be extreme. You need to be absolutely sure before you have a child with a man that he's the man, not just a man. You have children in your life or a child in your life, you need to make absolutely sure that he's a good father. He's going to be a good husband. He's going to set the example. He's not just a guy that you think is going to be a father or a husband. With that being said, I hope you've gained something from this video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe to my channel. Please share the video on your social media. I have no restrictions on any of my videos. And then if you need help, if anybody out there who needs help, reach out to me. I'm the J.R. Stewart, and this is the School for the Better Making of Men and Now Women. Thank you so much. Bye.